Okay, this is Mark, High Quality Home Maintenance. What I have here is a one-piece kick-out flashing. I've made a cut and then folded that and then caulked it. I used some black 4500 roof sealant, which I love to use on just about everything, and since it's going to be up there and invisible once it's in place right up there, let's see, right there, then we'll be good to go. So I'm going to go up there and take that off right now, that failed kick-out flashing. Okay, I'm up here now, and the complaint was they had water dripping in this window, and it was actually pushing the paint off the wall over there. So I surmise that the water's getting in here with all this caulking going on, so I'm going to take a piece of siding off, probably two, starting with this piece, disassemble this, and hopefully I can show you how I do that. Okay, so I have what's called a side swiper in behind this siding, and I'm going to pull it down like that, and of course it jumped right back into place. There we go. So I got that off, and I'm going to pull these nails. Oh, they even use ice and water again on this. Great, great. So I'm going to take this off, pull those nails with a pry bar, and then come back. Well, that was easy. So I pulled these 2 or 3 nails out right here, and it just fell out. So that means the nail that was put in there when this was corrected or fixed the first time, they didn't put a nail back in. Anyway, so now we're to here. So what I should see is some step flashing coming on top of this, and there does appear to be some step flashing there. I'm going to verify that. Okay, so I can say holy heck, they had this caulked to beat the band once again, and caulking is always the answer for some contractors. Then they've got this ice and water up here, which may be doing something, but I'm getting rid of it because its function is not here. This is not where it belongs. So, and I'm going to see what exactly is going on here to cause this issue, but I've got tape on it, so I'm going to pause this again. Okay, so I just managed to free this up. I pulled a nail out from here. I was able to break that free of the caulk, and I'm pulling it out. And I can still see there's some moisture damage there. And I'm going to cut this caulk away and see what else. There's a piece of step flash, the step flashing. Okay, so that clearly should have come down farther, but I'm going to take care of that. Okay, I'm just showing this just to show the fun that I'm having to go through to get this caulk off. And clearly I'm not going to get all of that off, but that is not necessary. Unnecessary. Okay, so here's my piece of kick-out flashing. And I'm going to slide that up right. Come on, right there. I'm gonna have to take more crap out. More caulking. Okay, hold on. Okay, I got that in the way I like it. So you saw what I did earlier. It's clearly this long coming up. And what I did is I put underneath the starter strip right there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a piece of step flashing right here, and then another one right there, and get this flashing all the way down. I may have to do another one up here because I just don't like the way that one's done. So I'm going to take it all the way up to that piece of flashing. I'm going to flash all the way up to that one, this one. Okay, so this is the flashing I like to use. It's got a 4-inch leg, 4-inch leg, and an 8-inch long, so it's an 8x8 flashing. And now this one is going to go on top of that starter. And let's see if I can finagle it in there. Like so. And that's how we want that. I probably didn't get a very good picture of that or how I did that. Anyway, so that's going to be there. And then I'm going to take another piece and stick it up under here on top of this shingle until I get up to this flashing, and then I'll be satisfied with my work here. Okay, so when you're working with flashing, you got to be careful you don't slice yourself. So don't do that. So now my piece is up underneath this one, so I've abandoned this one in place, and that one's going to sit there. And I'm probably going to take another piece and stick it, because I can't live with a 1/4 inch of overlap there. That's not enough. So I'm going to take another piece. I got the flashing here. Just going to use one of those and we'll be good. Okay, so I've got all the pieces of flashing in that I'm putting in, and that one doesn't seem, oh, I got more caulk holding that piece of flashing up from making contact, and there's a shingle there. So anyway, it'd be nice if that was closer. Clearly there's about 1.5 inches, close to 2 inches there of overlap. And then up here I've got that going on, and this piece is sliding up underneath of this piece of flashing. I'm going to nail these in place and then put the siding back on, do some tape up here, and we're going to call that good. And this is going to take care of all of the water problems, 100% of it. Okay, in the interest of saving time, rather than get some house wrap, I'm just going to Protecto wrap with this self-adhesive tape. I'm going to put one more piece on, which I've already cut to cover that, and then we're going to call that good. Then I'm going to start putting these new pieces of siding that I've got cut on, and I'll show how I get the angle, because clearly this fin has to come out of the siding, so that is going to be the next challenge. Okay, so I think I got the piece cut. There it is. So what I did is I took it, stuck it in this corner, and then straight up from there I determined the height, and I got the height. So that was the left to right location. The height is measured from here to there, that elevation. So assuming everything is done right, I'm going to be able to slide this in and everything's going to be copacetic. The downside here is I don't have any J channel for this here area, so that's going to stink. So we're going to get this in and hopefully we'll be good. Okay, so I got the siding in, and when I had her order this siding, I told her it was granite. Her builder actually got the wrong style of wood grain. You can see the difference. She said that was okay to go ahead and do, and as you can see, I've been cutting myself a few times. I got blood. Anywho, so as they say in the biz, this was a tight fit. It took me about 10 minutes to get this piece in the way I like. So it was touching on the deck here, so I trimmed that up so that way I could get it into the J channel up here. Now got this other new piece that's going to go in, and then hopefully everything will go situation normal after that. Okay, so nothing but the last piece to go in. So I'm going to kind of see if I can't one-hand this. And of course I can't. So pause. Okay, after another mini battle, we got that in. Only thing left to do is to nail it. And there's my line. So this is going to be back in place, and from the ground That's not going to look too bad, and it's going to work phenomenally. So we're going to call this a done deal here in a second. Okay, so the only thing left to do is to zipper this back on. I'm just going to see if I can't set this here about like so. There, it's snapped in. Okay, hopefully this is still running. All right, so this is the last seam I just put in. You can see the difference in the siding. And there we are. And I'm gonna get my stuff, and this one is done.